Alright, lads? That's so horrible. No, that's so... Ugh. Nope. Nope.
Even if it makes me blind, I just wanna see the light. Breathe in, leave it all behind. I just wanna see the light. Even if it makes me blind, I just wanna see the light. Breathe in, leave it all behind. I just wanna see the light.
Hey guys! Okay, so I am finally getting around to doing this video. I have been in Korea for 6 months now, and I know that I promised ages ago that I would start doing these videos at school. And I think I just needed time to settle in and get acclimated to where I was, because I moved to a whole other country. So yeah. So I thought my first video, I should just tell you, since it's been 6 months, I could let you know 6 things that I have experienced and learned in my time in South Korea. So let's get to it. So point number 1, the first thing that I think I learned quite quickly, basically as soon as I landed, was that even though Korea is like completely foreign, it's in the East as opposed to being in the West, it's not actually that foreign. Like, it's very easy to get really comfortable here, and I understand why so many people end up like settling here for such a long time, because it's so comfortable. People are so accommodating and so lovely, and I haven't had any issues in like traveling or trying to communicate and like understand. Like, I picked up a few words before I came, but it's relatively easy to like even go shopping or go and order in a restaurant and stuff like that. Like, it's not as scary as, even for me, going to France was really daunting, because in France they can kind of be douchebags if you don't speak the language, but here it's really easy to like get around. So yeah, Korea's a country that is foreign, but not so foreign. So the second thing that I learned during my first long national holiday that they had called Chuseok, which is like Korean Thanksgiving, I learned that from being in Seoul for the first time, that the party never needs to stop. Like, I'm sure like a lot of people have covered this, but it was something that I had never experienced. Like, obviously in the UK you go out, but then most clubs, most raves, they finish by like 3, maybe 4 pushing it. And then you have to like wait around in a crappy cafe for like the first train home, or you just risk it for a chocolate biscuit and get that really expensive Uber home, which is what I did a lot. But here, like, most raves like go on until like possibly 8 in the morning. I've never lasted past, I would say, like 7. And then like people go for breakfast afterwards. So it's a whole thing, and it's really cool 24-hour culture. And it's not even just partying. It's also like, if you want to go to your local corner shop, which here is like a 7-Eleven or like GS25, whatever, you can go to those and you can get anything that you might need, like just a quick snack or whatever you want at any time in the day. And I think that is just amazing. Something that we should have in the UK. I would love raves to last until 6 in the morning, because then I could get my fast train back home and not have to like either stay at someone's house or like get a hotel for the night or any of that stuff. And also here they have these things called love motels, which are dirt cheap. And like, it's for couples to go and like do what they need to do, but you can also stay in those, and it's really, really cheap, and they're actually super comfy, and they usually are like, they have bathtubs and stuff. It's lit. I love a good love motel. Yeah. Okay, point number 3 So, like, a lot of people will always ask and always wonder, like, what are the guys like? Obviously, like, if you're a heterosexual female or a homosexual man, you're going to be like, what are the guys like? Or, like, if you're... I have no idea what the heterosexual male experience is. But from my perspective, I would say that regardless of what country you're in, boys are all the same. Like, there is no difference between how they are in... To me, there's no real difference between, like, boys in London and boys over here. If you're going to meet an F-boy, you're going to meet an F-boy. And, yeah, I just think, don't, like, let K-dramas cloud your judgment and think that everyone's going to be a gentleman. You might come across a gentleman, you might not. But don't let them sell you a dream. Just, you know, like, downplay your expectations. Because... we're all human at the end of the day. Like, just don't, like, I don't know, like, put people up on a pedestal just because of these gorgeous dramas that make these amazing love stories. Like, yeah, it's not that. Okay, point number 4. So for my placement, I was placed in the countryside. So I'm out in the sticks. I'm about an hour away from, like, the nearest city to me, and it's not even like one of the major big cities. It's just like a smallish city called Pohang. So I'm quite far out, but it has actually been, I think, a really great experience for me because I wanted to come to Korea to not only like have the experience of traveling and going to a different country and all that, but I wanted to better myself. I just felt like I was quite stagnant and I'd become so like reliant on, I was living at home and I was so reliant on like my usual like life things that I was doing. There's nothing new that I was doing to better myself, but like being out here and being on my own, I've been like forced to like, I've written down goals that I want to achieve, like reading more books, which I'm doing, and like I have a free gym here, which is amazing. So I go to that regularly because like it's there, it's free. And what else am I doing with my evenings? Like I'm on my own basically most of the time, apart from, you know, the weekends when I get to go see my friends, but that's traveling in the city. And sometimes I don't want to go away at the weekend because I want to save money. So that means that I'm on my own quite a lot of the time, and getting to know myself is pretty amazing. Like I've never been a person who's comfortable with being on my own, but now I'm kind of getting into the mode where I'm like, I quite like my own company. I quite like having my own flow of things that I do, like after work, like reading for a bit, meditating maybe, praying, and also watching my Netflix shows, and just having my own space is so amazing. And I'm really loving that. I'm really appreciative of like that opportunity to have this time to like actually grow. I feel like I'm having a real eat, pray, love moment. And yeah, I feel like I'll look back at this time when I'm like in my 40s and I have like 5 kids around me, and I'm just like, oh, the days when I was on my own and I was single and it was beautiful. Yeah. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy that I'm actually doing this. And I would recommend it for anyone who thinks that they're not great at being alone, and like actually practicing being like, obviously maybe not in this extreme of a situation, but yeah, it's been really great for me. So I've really loved it. Point number 5, which isn't like the most great of points. It's kind of one of my biggest pet peeves, or like the thing that irks me the most, is everything is so bloody sweet. Like things that shouldn't be sweet are inevitably sweet, and it's like this absolute surprise every time. I remember when I got like my first pack of crisps, it was like Doritos or something, and I was like, Doritos standard in every country, right? No, they had like this weird sweety aftertaste, and I was just like, what is this? And there's just so much food that I've had where it's like, oh, it's sweet. Like if you have cheesy chips in a restaurant, you think it's just gonna be cheddar cheese, right? No. It's like this weird concoction of cheese that's slightly sweet. So even if you go to like Burger King, the mozzarella things are slightly sweet. The fries with cheese sprinkled, like dust sprinkled on them, that's also really sweet. And I'm African. We love our salt. Salt is so important. Like you have to put it on everything. And yeah, I'm such a savory person, and I miss my cheese and onion crisps. Like last night I was on the phone to school because she was going to Tesco, and I was just like, can you just buy me all these crisps and just send them to me? Like I'll give you all the money just to send me these crisps. Like that's my favorite snack, which is probably good for my health or whatever. Like I'm not eating it, but I want my crisps. I miss them so much. I do. Yeah, that's like my one bad thing that I can think of off the top of my head right now. And number 6, so being an English teacher, I can tell, like I already knew that like learning a new language is hard, and I've had friends who are like French or from other countries who have like come to England trying to learn a language, and these like everyone always says that English is one of the hardest languages to learn. So then I thought, like, I already speak 2 languages. One, like English I speak fluently obviously, but Shona dips in and out. Like I have to go back home for a certain amount of time and then I feel comfortable enough to speak it. So I thought like learning Korean, if I put my mind to it, I could actually like really get into it and I'd be able to learn how to speak relatively quickly. But 6 months down the line, I still have not, I wouldn't even say like I'm conversational. My Korean is like very minimal. Like the thing is I know the words, but when it comes to like being in front of people, I freeze up and I'm just like, oh, I can't, I don't like embarrassing myself, which is like a really bad trait, I guess. And that's why I kind of shy away from like trying to speak. And that's something that I'm going to have to overcome. So if you're someone who thinks that they're going to come here and just like pick up the language real quick because you're immersed in it, that's not necessarily true. But I think you just have to have like confidence and really go there and just be like, I'm going to speak and find language partners and all this stuff. But like, obviously my days are kind of surrounded by other stuff. So yeah, it's been kind of, I don't know, it's been difficult to learn. And also because I hang out with my friends a lot and we talk a lot, so I never really feel the need. And they're calling me right now, like, what is this? Wait, hold on. Yeah, so I was saying, like, I talk to my friends a lot, so I rarely get to speak in Korean. And also my co-teachers speak to me in English, so I really don't get to practice that much. So I think that's like one of my goals for this year is to just really focus on learning, and like we have Korean class as well that we go to here. So I'm going to continue doing that. But yeah, that's my list of 6 things that I have learnt from being here. I don't know if you guys want me to do more focused on teaching things that I've learnt while teaching here. I could do a list of that. Because it's been like a really interesting trip and I've really enjoyed it. And also I have vlogs that I did from like my vacation time that I had recently, where I kind of got to travel around Korea and then also travel to Thailand, which was phenomenal. So yeah, keep tuned in. I will try and be really dedicated because I'm a changing person. And I will film wherever I am. I'm in my classroom right now because I'm desk forming and it's boring as hell. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoy the videos,